Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News. Now, the pleasure to be joined by promoter Johnny Clark. Johnny, it's fair to say, as we're watching a little photo shoot happening over there, it's fair to say another successful media day for TopTier today.
Yeah, I think it's just my debut on your channel as well.
No, number 2. We done a York Hall little stand-up one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, it's good to have you, mate. Like you can see, well organised. We try and do things properly. Even our small hall, we try and do that big arena mentality, and this is part of it. We've got to get them exposures like Elliot. We're trying to get them more sponsors on the way, you know. Like, we're trying to help them any way we can by pushing them with channels like yourself coming down here, and obviously my own channel as well.
No, definitely, mate, as well. Let's talk about September the 7th. Diligent, we're doing things diligently here at TopTier as well. Cheers, mate. Elliot Whale, Lloyd Germain headlining. Really good 50-50 clash for Commonwealth Silver welterweight title, mate.
Yeah, to be fair, like, I had CrockerPapadopoulos2 and that fell off. You know, that's a brilliant fight, isn't it? It got everyone's attention. And then Elliot Whale was fighting for a European. We couldn't get anyone to fight him. Couldn't get anyone to fight, and outpricing himself, asking too much money. It weren't fair. So we had an idea. I had an idea of getting a title off her, so letting him fight for it, and anyone can fight for the Commonwealth as long as they beat someone with a winning record. And yeah, we matched him quite hard. You know, it's a tough fight with Lloyd, and Lloyd's been here soaking it up, networking down here, meeting people, going to their gyms. He's made the most of it. You know, he's taking it seriously, so it's good to see. And the second I announced that as my main event, shut down my socials, mate. I couldn't even, my phone going, like, wow, never had that before. So yeah, I know I've got a good fight on my hands.
No, definitely, it's a really good fight, headlining a show that is now officially live and exclusively on DAZN, mate. You must, we were messaging about this. You must have been buzzing to get that news through. Yeah,
it's very exciting, because what's happened is I announced the show, send out the posters, the boxers sell their tickets. Then I do the promo videos and photo shoots, the boxers sell a few more. Then I announced this on DAZN, and everyone's like, what? So they've sold most of their tickets, we're not going to lose them. And then now this boosts, everyone wants to see them fight on DAZN, everyone wants to see them fight on a big TV platform, and then they actually want to come to the show rather than watch on DAZN, so then that helps. And now the media days, now 2 weeks after the announcement, this is going to help boost a few tickets, yeah. So it's done really well for me, and it's obviously a massive goal ticked off to where I want to be on my end goal.
Definitely as well. Obviously, where it is a kind of a one-show deal at the moment, but with the potential, with the show being a success, which we all know that they are, it could definitely push on to a 4. I know, see, GBM signed a 3-show deal. It could definitely grow into that. Yeah,
it's a target of mine, and I think I've got the perfect card to make them take notice of me. You know, I don't believe that they've ever had. One second, they're going to knock over a camera. Oh, Jesus. I don't believe that DAZN have ever had a small hall show with southern area fights, real 50-50s all throughout the card. It's always prospects versus journeyman, or, you know, looking after who they're investing a lot of money in, where you've got a promoter like me who's like, no home and away fighter, as Elliot Whale and Lloyd would tell you. They've both got the same love. I set them up with sparring in gyms, and I've looked after them. So I believe that DAZN have got the best promoter in the world in Eddie, the best influence of boxing in Misfits, and they needed something else. You know, GBM, they're going to be up there, they're going to have world titles, that's their aim. My aim is to stay small hall and to have the best cards in small hall. Now, I do it a bit bigger than everyone else so I can attract the real 50-50 fighters, and that's what they're going to get from me. If I deliver this show correctly, I'm pretty sure that they're going to have to sign me up.
Definitely, and the Matchroom relationship continues as well. Laylee Buttigieg's on the card as well. You had George Ladada, Jimmy Sains, big ticket sellers. Laylee is another one of those who pushes the show even more, and he gets an opportunity higher up the card than he would do on Matchroom. Yeah,
exactly that. He's always on the start of the bill, isn't he? He done well at Copper Box though, didn't he? He started a bit later there. But here he's going to be the one most spoken about. So if you're listening, I'll have Conor Ben and Johnny Fisher next.
That'd be great. I did see Conor in the gym yesterday, so maybe I should put in a polite. I'll put in a word.
He followed me the other day as well. I had a bit of a fanboy moment. I was like, oof. So have a word with him, mate. See what's happening.
Conor, what are you doing, mate? He doesn't even follow me, and I see him in the gym every week. Come on, Johnny, as well. You mentioned Papadopoulos Crocker 2 for the IBF European, originally scheduled for this show. Do we have any update on when that fight will be next?
Yeah, November the 30th. Same place, Brentwood Centre, with the tournament that you leaked on it, the super middleweight tournament. Yeah, it's going to be a great card. To be honest, it's a real stacked card, and there's no room on it now. So yeah, I ain't going to relieve everything at the moment, but what I'm working on, it'll probably be, I've just got to keep topping my shows. You know, the last show, to have Matchroom boys set it out, I thought, how am I going to top that? Then I have to show what kind of promoter I am by having a great card on, and then obviously Edit Well versus Lloyd Jermaine. That's good. Southern area, Sam Smith versus Ozzy Osbourne. That's very good. You know what I mean? So to have that level follow up from that, that's when I know I'm doing my job correctly. So the next show, now I've got to outdo me now. It's getting hard to keep outdoing myself, but I know as a promoter and for my business that's the only way I'm going to get to where I need to be at this time.
Definitely. How will that November 30 show work with, you mentioned a couple of title fights, CrockerPapadopoulos and then the super middleweight tournament. How will that work on the night?
So we'll do probably like the first fight might be a debut, second fight will be a title, you know, third fight will be one semi-final, fourth fight will be another semi-final. There's a couple of little titles maybe in between or 50-50 fights, and then the main event will obviously be the tournament, but one before that will be Crocker and Papadopoulos, yeah. So aiming for as many titles as I can, or 50-50s, with the tournament dashed in between them. Yeah.
Definitely as well. And obviously there's one thing that kind of your cards are full with are titles, whether they be Southern area, whether they be continental and a ranking title as well. But it kind of gives a different edge to these fight nights. I mean, how important is it to kind of give that? I don't want to say legitimacy. That's a bit about the wrong word, but kind of boost the card up, boost the fights up, makes it more important for the fighters as well.
Yeah, I think it helps with them selling tickets as well, because they're fighting, just say for a Southern area. A lot more people will buy tickets on them because they want to see that live, you know. And to be fair, though, we don't really have much problem with boxers selling their tickets because they're in good fights and have had days like today. They get to see that there's a good production behind them, they're being pushed and they're in a real fight, head-to-head interviews, like, it helps. But when there's a title, it is special. It's very special. And to be fair, the titles won't be possible without boxer sponsors and my sponsors pushing towards them. So we're grateful.
Definitely as well. Final one from me, Johnny, as well. You mentioned the November 30 show, but do we see a show squeezed in December, or is it the beginning of 2025 that we'll see the next one?
To be fair, if I was going to squeeze in a show, I'll do a double header. Yeah, so Saturday and a Sunday.
News coming soon. Johnny Clark, any final words, mate, heading into the Diligent show on September the 7th at the Brentwood Centre, mate?
No, just thank you to all my sponsors that you can see behind me. They've honestly, without them and obviously the boxers, we won't be where we are today. They've pushed me and backed me from day one, and from that I've now got to be on my dream channel on DAZN, promoting alongside the likes of Eddie Hearn. So yeah, thank you very much to all my sponsors.
Definitely, everything is coming up top tier. Johnny Clark, thank you very much, mate. Cheers. Cheers.